What's going on? I've been dropping my fucking phone all day.
Man, you're addicted to the phone. Gotta get off your phone, buddy. You know, maybe back in the day, we used to talk to everyone. We didn't text with our thumbs. We didn't have osteoporostitis from. They're not even catching in the camera. So. Actually, no, I don't want to move it because I'm gonna dox my room. I'm gonna dox Franklin K's room, even though he's gone. I don't want to have to show his room at all. But welcome to episode 28. Might be wrong about that. Episode 28 of the Black Truth Podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about uncomfortable truths that people don't want to talk about and share them in a different light, or try to convince people to maybe open their mind, not in like the liberal type of way, but more in the smart type of way. You know, not everything is bright and white. Some is black.
White is right, brown is okay, black stay back, yellow is mellow. And welcome everybody to the 20th something episode of the Black Truth.
I like how I just introduced it and you
but I want to do a reintroductory. You know how there's people that do like intros that are like fucking like 4 minutes long?
Yeah. It's like when people do a debate and then they start, they're like, what's your introduction? And it's like the introduction that everyone has like 20 minutes long.
I fucking hate that.
It's like my introduction. I'm actually going to skip the introduction. I'm just going to go into it. I hate all these. Yeah, it just goes from there. But speaking of hating people, I don't know if this really has anything to do with it, but how do you think? This might be like a loaded question, but how are you feeling about Trump right now?
I think Trump lied about most of the shit that he said he was gonna do, and I think he did it because he needed the votes and he needed the people to support him. You know what I mean? I mean, MAGA, the whole conservative movement as a whole has pretty much lost its way. I mean, we got fat trans people talking about, send this, President Trump is your friend, send this to your liberal friends to piss them off. You know what I mean? I mean, in 2016, we never could have imagined a fat trans person, you know what I mean, making a video like that for you to send to your friends to piss them off.
Oh, I think I saw that one, but I thought it was just like some like liberal.
No, that's a real deal. Holy spiel. We got Amber fucking Rose. We got like all these people like in the right wing, right, or the neocons, right? We got all these people in the right wing, basically like representing the right wing, and they're not really right wing at all. They're liberal at heart, but yeah. I don't think Trump. I don't think Trump went hard on anything that he did, because, well, why would he? You know what I mean? How does that benefit him? He already won the presidency his last term, so how would it benefit him? The only thing that he has to worry about is sending money to Israel and supporting the Israeli conflict in the Middle East right now.
Well, I think the main problem was that he didn't want to go to jail, and so the storyline, even with everyone else involved, the storyline was like good for him, like all the press he was getting. So now that he's president and he kind of like he at least the thing I will say that the least is that he pardoned all of the January 6th, or most of them. I don't know if maybe there is someone still locked up over there. I don't know, but at least he did pardon most of the people. But again, it was like January 6th was kind of his fault, and the fact that he didn't really like stand up like after that, because he was still president for them. The fact that he didn't find a way to pardon them after that was kind of like, they didn't like that. And people always like to say that like, the thing that's cool about Trump is that like he doesn't care what people think. He does care what people think. If he gets backlash on anything, and he doesn't have like,
he literally said on Truth that like you're not a real MAGA or Trump supporter if you talk about the Epstein files. Yeah, that's another big thing that he said that he was going to release, and that was like one of their things during the campaign was that they were going to release the Epstein files, and they never fucking did.
I think the problem with all that stuff is that
It was a red
we
herring just to get
know.
people to vote for him.
Well, the thing is that most of us know what was in the Epstein files, so releasing it, like we know, but we know that if it's like what's his name? There's one military guy. He actually kind of looks like you a little bit. It's kind of weird. He was saying that if the Epstein files got released, it would basically be the end of the world as we
Fuck
know
you, nigga.
it.
I know what you're talking about.
Um,
I don't fucking look like that nigga.
I forgot what his name was.
Kash Patel.
No, not him.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, there's this.
If he's a fucking G, I'm gonna get mad.
I'm gonna pull him up actually. Not in here. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. There was this military guy. He was saying that if the Epstein files got released, it would be the end of the world as we know it, and that we would see a bunch of like bloodshed just like everywhere.
Oh, was it Vivek?
No. Dude, it's weird because I know you've seen it before because this guy looks exactly like you. Or like he looks like oddly very similar to you. This guy.
Can you play that?
I saw back with the boys back in fucking Rocky.
This guy. Sorry,
What's
I
his
don't.
name? Officer Kilmore?
Let me see. Donald Kilmore. Go look up that guy, Donald Kilmore. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Donald Kilmore was a fucking vet, but I think he kind of lost his mind a little bit when he was out there in the war. You know what I mean?
Well, he's been to a lot of wars. A lot of them we don't really know about.
Well,
Honestly,
secret-
we should. I don't think he has that many subscribers. 'Cause we just saw him in the algorithm. I think we should like get into contact with him. Maybe even have him on the show.
I think we should try to get him by winter.
I don't think you.
I know
want,
he's busy. I know he's busy, so we should try to get him by winter.
I don't.
Wouldn't it be funny if he still wears a camel shorts even in like the middle of winter?
Well, I don't know. It sounds like you're kind of scared. It's
not
kind
scared.
of. It sounds like you're scared to be in like the same like vicinity as him.
Well, I don't know.
I think I can handle him. I think I can handle him like because if
do you want to do that episode on your own?
I'll be smart enough to know like not to talk about like Mossad, like any of his connections or anything like that. It's all out there, like all his connections. But I'll be smart enough to be like, no, I'm just gonna talk about the regular stuff, you know, the everyday stuff.
What would you talk to him about?
I would talk to him about like, you know, what type of Black Rifle coffee flavor, like the history of the company. But I think he's been around ever since that company started. I think he's been drinking it. So I think he might have a sponsorship, Loki. So maybe you can hook me up with Black Rifle Coffee sponsorship.
We could start getting the show sponsored by Black Rifle Coffee, brought
Yeah.
to you by the Black Truth.
Yeah, and maybe we can have our own flavor.
Dude, man, how fucking cool that'd be. What flavor would you want though? Like a Black Truth Black Rifle Coffee.
I think just regular black coffee.
You know what I would like? This would be an interesting flavor. Blueberry. There's blueberry flavored coffee.
Well, no, I think for us, it was
Well,
just,
blue because the blue hat. That's what I'm saying.
Black Rifle. If you talk to us, you know, I love shooting my gun and my legal owned firearm. I love doing all that. I have nothing to do with that hat right there. I have nothing to do with that hat. We're not trying to get that sponsorship. Donald Kilmore, if you see his podcast, you might see it because I'm gonna reach out to you. I have nothing to do with that hat. You know. Anyway, going on to the next things. But yeah, no, we're gonna have to get Donald Kilmore on the show eventually. It just depends. I know he has like a certain cycle. Like right now, I know he has like a 3 hour like ice bath. He usually has. He has like 3 ice baths a day.
He gets his prostate massage too. After the ice bath.
That's probably not good for you because I assume it kind of tightens up after you take the ice bath.
Oh shit.
I assume he would have to go. I think it's after his 5 hour sauna stretch. What he does is he has there's in his sauna room because I've been there before. In his sauna room, he just has like this big like lump, like just sitting on one of the chairs. I didn't question it, but what I assume what happens is that he just sits on it for like 5 hours during his sauna stretch. to loosen it up. I assume he just to loosen up that area.
Yeah.
And then around I think after that 5-hour sauna stretch, he has a just a 2-hour prostate massage. But I would, unless he figured out a new method, I would assume that that's how he does it. But his schedule is really lined up, so I think you're right. I think we have to do it during the winter.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't get as many prostate massages during the winter.
Well, no, you can't really do ice baths in the winter either, because then you'll get like what's it called?
Gay?
Frostbite, or gay too. Yeah.
You become gay?
Yeah, that too.
If you take too many ice baths. But yeah, he does that, and he also has appearances on
Joe Rogan.
No, he has appearances on what was it? WACB 59, the AM radio station.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
Yeah, it's the AM. You don't use AM radio?
Nah.
Do you have do you use your fucking phone? What do you do when you're well, I know you haven't been in your in a car for a while, but what do you usually do when you turn on the car? What do you just listen to the engine?
Well, my truck right now, it lost the fucking like the radio doesn't work. And you know that thing that black people use for their cars to connect from the radio to their phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost mine, so like.
So you just listen to like the engine rumbling?
No, I just put on my headphones.
So what do you like listen in your headphones?
Music or podcasts.
Okay, because I think Donald Kilmore, he was telling me he just listens to the engine rumbling. But
I feel like he just plays like war sounds.
No, not even that. He just listens to the sound of the engine,
like war ASMR,
and the sound of his Black Rifle coffee opening up. I think that's the only thing he listens to. But when he's not doing that, he's on WACB 29, North Carolina. But there's it's AM radio, but it does reach out to over here. I think we're gonna have to check it out. Honestly, we might be able to get onto there, but the I don't know. Some people like they don't like AM radio because of that frequency and all that stuff. But it's like, dude, that's like it kind of builds character.
I mean, I haven't heard of anybody listening to AM radio since I was probably like 5, and it was like my uncle that was like fucking 100 years old.
Well, I'm gonna break character a little bit. Radio Disney used to be AM. I'm pretty sure.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Radio Disney used to be AM.
So you're telling me I was listening to AM radio?
Yeah, or at least when I was listening.
It's so funny that you remember that. I forgot that even existed.
Radio Disney?
Yeah.
No, we talked about it before. Or not me, but you know.
Whoa, off
we
camera.
We had that conversation before.
Well, listen.
About AM radio.
Because I remember they used to play like Katy Perry and stuff on there. Cause I used to be a big Katy Perry fan when I was a kid. And then when I got older, I felt like I was gay for like listening to that. So I just stopped listening to pop music altogether.
And then now
now I listen to it again because I hate modern music.
Well, no, I are you talking about the old ones or like the current pop music? Because the problem with the current pop music is that it's all like tailored to homosexuals.
Well, technically all music is catered to homosexuals.
Well, that implies that like any type of person that puts out music is like doing it with the hopes that a homosexual's gonna listen to it. And I don't think
in your timeline, did you come out with a mixtape or no?
Yeah, it was the same mixtape.
Oh, okay.
And studio album, the same one.
So what does any of this have to do with Gavin Newsom and JD Vance?
Well, it's the illusion of choice that we have in this world that we also had in my world, because as I said before, the world I come from is eerily similar, with the only difference being what happened in the 2024 election. And even then, it hasn't really changed a lot. But if we were to look at right now, because obviously, you know, we were talking about Trump. Doesn't seem like it's gonna go well for him. We're gonna have to wait for the midterms, I guess. But I'm not gonna vote in that shit. I'm not gonna vote for a fucking Republican just because Trump told me to.
You stay true to blue over here. This video is brought to you by True Blue or Blue True.
I think I voted for whoever was supposed to go against Pritzker. What was his name? His name was like Darren Bailey or something like that. I think I voted for. I'm not gonna do that shit anymore. There's like no point. Like, oh no, you gotta vote. Well, every time I vote, it's just like boring, and like it doesn't feel like it actually like does anything.
Nothing ever
Especially
happens.
for the
I
only
think I'm okay with having Democrats as long as they're white and male.
well, at least I would be fine with that if the ones we weren't getting were like not fat. But I guess so. Right now, it seems to be in the air that it's gonna be JD Vance who's gonna run for president. We don't know who's gonna run with him, but we just know very highly that because he was the vice president, he's gonna try to run. And I think people right now are kind of trying to stop the momentum of that ever happening, especially, you know, the Groypers, Nick Fuentes. Because it seems to be his goal right now is to just stop the idea of a Vance presidency happening, because it seems like the bad people that are working with Trump now, they're gonna exceedingly get more power, like, you know, Peter Thiel, Palantir, all that stuff. So they're doing a little trolling, the Groypers, and it's funny because back in the day, all the Trump, all the MAGA people, this was before MAGA was like on some boomer shit, where like everyone was just like, "Oh, look at he did something crazy, blah blah." This was before they were on some boomer shit like that. MAGA was like 4chan type shit. Not all of 4chan. I'm not one of these stupid people that think all of 4chan is like one single person, but it was on like that some 4chan type shit. I wasn't there, but what I was there for was Yang Gang, which was more of like a it was later, it was like probably like 2018, 2019. And it kind of had that same feeling. I feel like if like the internet wasn't like these certain internet accounts didn't prop up Yang, he wouldn't have gotten as popular as he did and early on. Because when he first started coming out, like the main thing he was even talking about was just like UBI.
In your timeline, did you also take a picture with Yang or no?
I don't know. Are you doing this as a bit to be like, did I do this? I literally try to make it as simple as possible. I said everything that's happened in this timeline is almost everything that happened in my timeline.
You just said almost.
Almost, it's near identical, except for I told you the only thing that's different is who won the presidency.
So if I reference something, you're not gonna be like, what?
Yeah, that I told. I'm pretty sure the audience understands. Just you're the only one who doesn't understand. Everything is near identical. Near identical. So you can basically act like I'm the same person before, even though I'm not.
Bro, your fucking tits look cute. The fucking phrase. Not right now, but for a second, I was like, damn, that boy got them yams. Oh my god. At least you're not the real Franklin. Or not the Franklin of this timeline.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, no, you are the real Franklin, but you're not the Franklin of my timeline.
But what is that supposed to mean?
That you don't have to worry about that like affecting like your future career.
What?
Your future career. I don't know what career you had. Like you're.
Like everything in this one.
Yeah.
Even though the past Franklin fucking died, you're still gonna be doing the same shit.
We said
That's
it's
gonna
the same timeline, nigga.
No, but what I'm saying is that because of the disappearance of the previous Franklin, you're gonna still be on
I'm
that.
gonna dox everything he did.
Well, you already did one thing already. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna repeat the same type of things that led to the death of Franklin K.
Maybe
you're gonna repeat the same exact thing and not learn anything.
Is this supposed to be like some like?
Well, I'm not here for it. All right.
Are you sent by like Allah to like make me learn a lesson?
No, it was just pure inertia. The reason why I'm here. Do you know about that? Anyway, back to the show. Okay, great. Now we're getting a call from Assad. You keep on poking the bear. Don't poke the bear. Did you cut to commercial break right now?
Oh yeah, I told them that we were brought to them by
Because it's funny because I remember in the old run of the Black Truth, from what I saw, whenever you would go up to urinate, he would still keep the show going on. You know, it's all just a show at the end of the day. Anyways, so the big beef, I guess, or the big thing that the Groypers are doing, you know, the Groypers, whatever. Actually, Groypers weren't Groypers before. They used to be just people that had like the little chubby Pepe Frog. It was a take on the Pepe Frog, but now Groyper exclusively just means Nick Fuentes fan. And right now we're talking about Nick Fuentes because it seems like there is a demand to talk about him now on the internet. But he started this, not him necessarily, but the Groypers started comparing Vance to Gavin Newsom, who everyone believes will run to be president, at least on the Democratic side, because they believe everything is fucked regarding every other Democratic politician, and so he's the only viable option, even though he has a lot of baggage. So all of this is just a little trolling, all right? But it does kind of say something that what Vance, because Vance doesn't seem trustworthy, but also it seems like he's one of these like the problem with these people who don't come from wealth is that they'll do anything to obtain wealth, and so that's why you can't really trust them. Like you know, like PBD, Tate, any of these like
Candace.
I want to say she's from. Yeah, I guess she would
Not poverty, but definitely she wasn't rich.
But it's like one because the story that they always say with Vance is that he grew up in like a shitty redneck area and he didn't want to be there. So somehow I don't know, he went to Yale and he became the mentor of or Peter Thiel mentored him, and now he's all the way over here, and then now his family doesn't even look like him. But you take Gavin Newsom, which what this little like micro image is comparing is that his family, well, it's trying to say that his family's all white and
his family looks like what America should be versus Vance's. His family looks nothing like what America should be.
It's not really that, is that it looks like an historical
America historically
family
look like
that his race looks like a historical traditional American family, generational American. And Vance looks like the only generational American there, and he is the rest of his family is Indian and Indian looking. Like not even, at least Vivek, other than that one picture where he didn't have his shoes on. At least he gives like the visage or the image of being westernized. But Vance kind of okay, so they're kind of like, you know, they're this picture, they obviously they used a picture that shows like them looking the most Indian of all time, but I don't know if that's like a good.
Plus also I think Gavin Newsom's family's all Catholic, because I know Gavin Newsom got banned from taking the Eucharist. But I know,
did not know that. All
they're Catholic by blood, not just by conversion.
Only thing I knew about his family was that by the way, I don't like, and maybe it's because he's protected, because he's like the second Democrat in charge basically, but I don't like having to see people's kids like in public photos.
Why not?
Because like the kid's only there because
for optics.
The kid's only there for optics and to show like oh, I have kids.
Four kids is a lot.
No, but what I'm saying is
him
that
being a white guy,
he is he's like already showing that these kids are like semi-responsible for something, and I don't think they should be. I don't think they should really be involved in this. It's kind of like did you hear about Destiny's kid going off?
Yeah. He became a Nazi or a Groyper or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's kind of baiting. I think it's like that thing where like any family member where like or like if you have like a famous family member, like or if you're a famous person, you're always gonna have
Like Malik Obama.
yeah, you're always gonna have someone that's like trying to do like the opposite thing to like kind of like anti-grift off of like your shit. But like from what I understand, his like dude, that kid is like fucking 14 or something. So he probably had to
I
do a
mean, he's
lot.
probably gonna end up just becoming like a far left liberal once he gets older.
No, but what he's doing he is like he's just like fucking with his dad basically. Because his dad probably doesn't fucking hang out with him a lot.
Probably not. No, he doesn't see his kid. Don't you remember Zerko used to say that?
Yeah, and he's probably just like he doesn't think it's really a bad thing. Because well his mom's supposed to be watching him anyway, so like whatever. And so he's kind of doing it to get attention. Yeah, because I think that's what Fuentes was saying. He was just saying like, yeah, no, I don't want to get involved. Like, imagine how shitty it would be for Nick to be like, oh, I'm gonna get Destiny's Kid on my and do like a live stream with him.
I feel like if Destiny's son ever came to Nick Fuentes, it would be like Emperor Palpatine and fucking Darth Vader.
No, because I think,
But like in a good way.
well, I don't think Nick would be interested in that.
Oh no! Even better. I think it would be like Luke and Obi-Wan.
It's kind of trying to say that like that Nick's gonna die.
No, I'm not saying Nick's gonna die because
Well, why'd you bring up the analogy?
it's an interesting analogy.
You know what else is an interesting analogy?
Obi-Wan and
I feel
Luke,
like I'm getting raped right now.
by what?
Everything.
What makes you feel like you're getting raped?
People say, "Oh no, like you can only get raped if you're a female, or you can't say that, or like, you're not getting assaulted or whatever." It's not the same thing. Women experience shit differently from how men experience it, but they don't understand that we're getting raped every fucking day because we have to pay taxes.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. You pay a lot of taxes, a lot of state taxes, a lot of federal taxes. And what does it go to? It goes to fucking Israel.
That's why we gotta vote for Gavin Newsom. I'm saying it right now. Let me go and frame more. Franklin Q for Newsom, 2025.
I'm voting for Gavin. If I'm ever gonna vote, this is gonna be my first time voting, and it's gonna be for Gavin Newsom. Bro, he went to go make tortillas with a bunch of Mexicans, dude. Why would I not vote for him?
That?
Yeah, look it up on YouTube if you don't believe me. Because all these fucking Republicans are like all these Hispanic Republicans are like, oh, look at what the Democrat Party does. They try to like convince us that, like he likes us.
Why would he be in California if he didn't?
Yeah. Gavin Newsom making tortillas or Mexican food truck or some shit. There you go.
Charles, watch this. First time. This is my
Dude,
first
look at him.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. Well, but you know what pisses me off about Republicans? When Trump went to go work for McDonald's for like a day, they're all like sucking his orange cock. But then when like a real like Aryan wanted to go like, the Anglo-Saxon wanted to go like make, have good relations with the Latins, he was like, all the Republicans like, no, we don't like this. We don't like this. We don't like this. My grandkids have Spanish last names and they look nothing like me. I don't like that. But if my grandkids have Indian last names, that's okay. Because they're legal.
It's all about color-based meritocracy. So because that's what we really did. We just like, well, I don't know if the immigration numbers are going up or not, but it feels like we just traded one level. Actually, no, the immigration, we're not even deporting anyone. So it's like, what's the point?
We
of
reported
like
five. We deported like 5 pedophiles. That was it.
Yeah, and even when we got pushback, we didn't do anything about it. Like, so like it's like, what's the point of being like a like dick riding Trump? I feel even back then there was kind of like it was kind of like fun still, but now there's just like no point in dick riding Trump.
I feel like dick riding Trump just looks like you're like
You're trying to get like a job at like a Turning Point.
No, I feel like I don't watch sports like that, but you look like a sports fan that keeps cheering on a team that fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of just more like 'cause all the Trump people.
Well, the Bears are gonna do it this year. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
They're still just like holding out on like the idea that it's gonna work out, but like time has been running out for like forever. And if you legitimately think that this is like the best, dude, can you stop like moving? That should definitely be getting picked up. Do you have anxiety right now?
Yeah, can you call a woman for me real quick?
You're asking the wrong person right now.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot.
Just sit still. You know, if anything, I'll take. You want Gavin Newsom up? Is that gonna make you feel better?
Yes.
You want Theo Newsom, Theo Gavin on you?
Theo Gavin.
Do you want Theo Gavin there to calm you down?
Yeah, dude.
You want a Theo Gavin body pillow?
Yeah, can I get a Drake body pillow?
Gavin Newsom body pillow. Dakimakura. But yeah, that's. I mean, it was just some like decent trolling the grippers are doing right now. It's kind of funny. That a lot of because the joke is that at least the joke going around right now is that the grippers are basically like becoming full circle liberals, and they're doubling down.
But maybe they want them so that we can finally have the government just have America finally collapse to bring about a new Reich.
Well, that's that's called accelerationism. And
are they accelerationists or no?
I don't think Nick is.
But I'm talking about like his supporters. That's kind of the vibe. That's kind of the vibe that I'm kind of getting is that they just want everything to go to hell.
No,
so that
I
we
think
can bring about the new Reich.
I think what they're doing is they're just trolling.
Oh, you think it's just a troll?
I think a lot of them are just trolling. And well, there's like a legit meaning to it, but it's not like the meaning that most people try to like push onto it. I don't know, if anything, the grippers, they just see they know that something's up and they're like, I'm gonna do anything to undo that. Like with the Vance shit, they know that there's something wrong with Vance fucking being with an Indian. They know there's something wrong with all this Palantir shit.
I feel like whenever like my family or myself, like our most like economic like success is always when the Democrats in. Like the most money I made, the most successful I ever was during the Biden administration.
I don't know about that one.
What about you? I feel like you had more money back then too.
Well,
nigga, you were buying a lot of shit back then.
Nah, it's more like we had the first exposure for a lot of, not a lot of money, but amount of money coming in frequently. So that was under the Biden administration, that was the first time. But now what we're doing, we're kind of settling in and we're having more responsibilities.
Yeah, I see your point there.
Unless you want to bring up an Obama a level where
when Obama was in office, like my family had like a lot of fucking money. Well, literally, it wasn't until Trump got in office that like everything just started going to hell. And then Biden came in, then we just started doing great. And then Trump came in and just pinche Trump, you feel me? He fucked everything up. Literally, look at the fucking tariffs. Look at the big beautiful bill. Isn't Nick against the big beautiful bill?
Yeah, probably for like one thing, but it's one of those omnibus bills. Could you explain to me why the big beautiful bill is bad?
Because it fucks over poor people. Something with the taxes. What the fuck were they gonna do? They'll do some bullshit with the taxes.
Stop being poor. That if you ask Nick that, he would say the same thing. Just stop being poor.
Yeah, I know he would.
No sympathy for the poor man. But I don't know. Just like your correlation might be right, but it might just be because there's a lot more incentives for poor people for the Democrats. So,
dude, no,
you kind of just docked yourself for being poor.
I don't
you
care.
Docked my profession. You docked me for being
but
poor.
It doesn't matter. Like most people are fucking struggling in the United States right now. Forget about
people were struggling under Biden too.
Yeah, but now it's fucking worse.
How is it worse now?
Because
It's the same right now. It's
yeah,
the
but
same.
but everything's getting
They're
more
not being
expensive.
fixed. Yeah, shit's getting more expensive because they're not doing the shit to stop it. It was getting more expensive. It was going up in a line, and now it's just gonna keep on getting worse. But they're not doing the right things to stop it. The tariffs, they're a good direction, but not necessarily. Because also, could Trump kind of cucked on some of the tariffs.
He cucked to the Chinese, no?
I'm not gonna say yes or no because I don't want to sound like a dumbass. But I remember he did cuck on some of the tariffs. But again, I don't know. Obviously, we're only like literally like 8 months into the administration.
Yeah, maybe we're complaining too much.
Um,
And then if Gavin Newsom does win, I'm gonna be like, fuck, man, we need to get Trump back. And then someone's gonna play back this clip and be like, oh, but you said you were more financially successful during the.
well, to me, that's where we
Democrats.
kind of differ because I'm more of like a social, like not a social person, but if we could socially reconstruct America and fix the problems.
What do you mean by
What it
social? You mean like
costs-
socialism?
Yeah, if it was on some like socialism, but on like some national level,
Yeah, I'm not against socialism.
I would be
at all.
down with it.
If it's national, I think it is good. If it's national socialism, I think it's fine.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we need
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm saying that we need to implement socialism.
And the people that control it have to be Aryans.
and if we can, we got to put it on like a national. If we can, if we start like just statewide, that'll be great, you know. But we kind of, you know, start making it more nationwide, just like how like you know, you can get insurance nationwide. You should be able to get socialism nationwide. I don't really see a problem with socialism. I know like Charlie Kirk is probably going.
Well, no, because he's getting paid off by fucking
시루리비리
so that the rest of the goyim can keep working to build the fucking to keep building the fucking machine, right? And, you know, so the machine can keep sending money to Israel and the
시루리비리
people. That's what it is, because that's what I finally like figured out, that the reason why Republicans push like even something like trade school, right? Like the reason why they push all this shit is so that you could keep the machine going for the Jews, and that one of these dumbasses will get lucky enough or be smart enough to like make their way to the top to promote the other goyim to keep the machine going. Because I seen that even with somebody that I know, where he became super successful and now he's like a super hardcore Republican. I'm like, bro, fuck you. Like there's still like you got lucky because you met somebody, and there's still a lot of other people that have to work their ass off just to survive. So why should we have to slave to survive so you can go fucking can you cut this part out? So you can go play fucking. Just censor it, don't cut it out. But yeah, you know what I mean? So you're gonna keep the slave machine going, and then everyone else is gonna start getting more and more and more hate. I think the reason why race relations are so bad is because of money. Because all these black people and all these white people feel like, oh shit, like I'm working all these hours, I'm doing all this shit just for fucking nothing. Just so oligarchs at the top can keep all the money. And they tell us to smile. And they give us labubus. And it's like, okay, be happy with your labubu.
Well, you did get a labubu, right?
I did get a labubu, that's correct. I'll send you the pictures so you can put it up on screen.
Was it the real one? No, I'm not gonna put it in. Too late to do that.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, I got a labubu. I got a Coca-Cola one.
Is it an official one?
Yeah.
How do you know it's official?
Because I bought it at the fucking gas station. You think the gas station would sell fake labubus?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the gas station is like the.
No, it might be. I don't know.
The
I just bought the labubu for the meme.
Yeah, gas stations are usually like the central, like, just putting whatever bootleg version of shit that's popping. They're like the kind of the central.
Yeah, because they got
to that.
fake like sex pills.
I thought they would try to get real sex pills at one point.
I mean,
Don't people need that?
nah.
I think people need to have real sex. I think that's the problem with our country now.
Yeah, we're not having real sex. We're having quite frankly, we're not having sex. We're not having enough sex. We're just watching porn.
No, not even that. I just feel like we shouldn't have like sex where like the woman's in command and kind of like, you know,
This nigga, you're
blackballing
stealing my
everyone.
meme.
So speaking of women, you know, being dominant and just like overall destroying society, what's this thing? What's this thing
So-
with Lila Rose?
So Lila Rose had recently gotten some caught some fucking shit because she had, or not her herself, but I guess one of her editors cut up like a clip for her, right, where it shows her and her friend talking about Father Mike Schmidt and basically sexualizing him, and I guess the context of it was that men don't need to be having sex, because she did say that also, and a lot of people got mad about that. And I think her and her friend were like bragging about not fucking their husbands. So she basically said men don't need sex. They're bragging about not fucking their husbands. And then they go on the show and they start talking about fucking what's his name? Father Mike Schmidt, and how he's a good looking guy and all this shit. So all these like Catholics and all these incels basically got mad at her for saying stupid shit basically. So this video right here, I'm from the right here is just her explaining herself.
Clip about Father Mike Schmitz and
I want to put a clip in your head.
Dude, she's so fucking hot,
about
dude.
the idea that men do not need sex. Let's take a look.
Can we all talk about Father Mike Schmitz?
I showed him to a girlfriend who's not Catholic, and she's like, when's Mass? What about the man needing sex? That's just a cultural narrative that basically says men are like animals and they have to be able to do this sexual thing, otherwise they're going to go crazy. And the reality is there's whole vocations that are celibate.
Wait, you know the
And these are
Vikings were
virile
incels,
men,
right?
men's men. Some of the most masculine of men.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, supposedly the Vikings were incels, and because, well, now incels, like, they're fucking neutered and they're kept at home to play fucking video games or some shit. But those incels basically went around all fucking Europe just, like, conquering and raping everybody.
And I know our priests. We need.
So then how are they incels if they're raping?
Well, they were incels, and then they lost their incel,
So one of them just decided like we should just start raping people.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, that's how people did it back in the day. Like, if you couldn't have sex, you just went around raping fucking neighboring tribes.
Food. We need air to breathe. We don't need sex.
It's a gift
of coming together, and it's designed to bring life into the world.
I think the sexiest thing about a guy is like their self-control. And my husband has amazing self-control. So after baby number
She's
4,
like, yeah, I don't let him.
I don't put out.
I don't put out. I never fuck him. I feel like, okay, not Lila, but she gives me the vibe that she only has like vanilla sex.
This one right here, this tan one right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
started practicing NFP was like we couldn't do it sometimes when we wanted to. And that
What does that say right here? The little text?
The Catholic Church condemns artificial contraception except for health exceptions. Bro, see, that's the thing with the Catholic Church. Like, is that, bro, they're like the fucking Jews. So, like, you know how the Jews do this thing where it's like, okay, let's say it's Shabbat, right? And you're not supposed to go on your computer.
Yeah.
They'll have like this thing where it's like your computer is able to like control itself, but it knows what you want, so you don't have to click it yourself. I want you to play the whole video, but I just want to go off on a little tangent.
Yeah.
The Catholic Church has the same thing. So let's say, for example, right? You remember how I told you I want to become a Mason?
Yeah.
Technically speaking, I could be excommunicated. Now, what excommunication means, I can no longer take the Eucharist, because that's considered mortal sin. But if my bishop or my priest can write a letter to my bishop saying that I'm a Catholic in good standing, so I can continue to receive the Eucharist and do confession.
Yeah, because I remember you were showing me these videos of like Catholics talking about being a Freemason, or like, can you be a Freemason? And none of them actually answer the question.
Exactly. Do you remember, real quick, I might have sent you a clip when Zerka, GG33, when they were doing an interview with the Mason? It was a white guy.
Yeah.
So they did an interview with the Mason, and he was obviously a member of GG33 and a Freemason, and he was a Knight of Columbus, in good standing.
Yeah.
So like the Catholic Church has like this like roundabout way of like everything. So because the contraception is incorrect, right? Fundamentally speaking, according to the Catholic Church, it's incorrect. But there's like a roundabout way of using a condom or birth control.
I mean, is there not a culture at all that, if anything, you know what I feel like is the most like strict culture to be part of?
Mm.
Being an incel.
It kind of is. Can you elaborate on that?
Cause I feel like don't like the Arabs, don't they have like the like, oh, like the isn't there a trick, or not the Muslims, or where they like you can marry for a day and then that's how you have sex, and then like the marriage only lasts a day. Have you heard about that?
No, I never heard about that.
Well, I heard it exists.
Well, I heard with the Mormons. I think you might have told me this.
The soaking?
Yeah, the soaking. Yeah, where somebody else grabs a penis.
Yeah, the
puts
shaker.
it in.
No. So soaking is just like putting it in, but it's not like actively like in and out, I think. But then you have to get like a shaker, and the shaker, it like basically shakes the mattress so that the person can,
Perform.
ejaculate or whatever.
Well, don't the Jews have something like that where they put like a cloth on their penis because they're not supposed to have sex on Shabbat?
Probably something like that. But if you're an incel, even if you claim to be an incel but you're not actually, they're gonna fucking make fun of you. That's just what I think. I think there's more. It's like the only like subculture, for lack of a better term, where like you actually like follow the rules. But anyway, back to this video.
Things a little steamier, like not gonna lie. It's hard on him too, don't get me wrong. People will say, well,
I just don't like seeing women talk. Like, I feel like all these microphones should be auctioned off at this kind of price so I could buy them.
Yeah.
The studio and everything. I just don't like seeing them talk, bro. It's just like,
she gives like nagging vibes.
Do you
like
just do
wagging
other
her
things
finger.
for your husband? Now,
Yeah.
this was a collage clip of moments from a conversation I had with Christy Horton, my very lovely guest here, a Catholic mom of 6, who's talking about NFP and about abstinence, periodic abstinence in marriage. We talk about chastity. We talk about the priestly vocation and the celibate vocation and a whole host of other topics. And the tweet that went viral leads with this. It says, "Men do not need sex. Our culture is so hypersexualized that the idea of a celibate priest leaves people in disbelief as if it's impossible. That's heartbreaking. Have we really forgotten that self-control and
the thing I don't like about when they do these long posts is like, I can't tell if it's AI or not.
I can't tell if
I can't tell if someone wrote it for them, or if someone just made like an AI, like, hey,
no,
like,
she
recap
gives
this
me
video.
yapper vibes. I think she thought that out herself.
Okay.
I think she
who are
bothers her
within reach?
husband that much.
Look at Jesus Christ. The most perfect man to ever walk the earth was celibate and sinless before he was crucified for our sins. Shouldn't he be the supreme model for manhood? Self-mastery, discipline, total self-gift, all
Dude, I don't know if I'm dumb. Maybe, I don't know. I went to Catholic school. Maybe I need to re-educate myself. But didn't he wasn't he celibate so that everyone else didn't have to be?
Well, St. Paul was also celibate.
All right, good point.
And then most of the
blood.
other disciples were allegedly celibate. The only one that we know that was married, I believe, was St. Peter, the fucking Pope.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Priests choose celibacy so their hearts can belong entirely to God. As St. Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 7:32
I
to
wonder if she
35.
could be celibate.
I want you to be free from anxieties. The unmarried man is anxious about the things of the Lord, how to please the Lord. But the married man is anxious about worldly things, how to please his wife, and his interests are divided. I say
feel
this
like
for your
speeding
own
it up
benefit
makes
to
her
secure
more
your
annoying.
undivided devotion to the Lord.
If she was on
Abstinence
twice
isn't
the
just
amount of
for priests.
Adderall.
Intermittent abstinence can also be a beautiful practice within marriage if a couple has a serious reason to delay bringing a baby into the world. When practicing natural family planning, NFP, spouses can grow in self-mastery, deepen their love, and remain faithful to God's design for marriage. Christ is the
Another
model,
thing,
love
real
is the
quick.
reason, holy.
I think the natural family planning thing, I think you have to talk to your priest about it. Why the fuck? I'm not going to talk to my priest about what I do with my wife. And I heard that was a big issue in the medieval church where, like, you have to tell the priest, like, oh, yeah, so I give my wife back shots every... I wish the camera could see you.
Imagine imagine I was
Okay, wait. Can you censor this real quick? Imagine you're like this. You're like... So...
I can't get my dick hard unless like my girl touches my fucking ass. Does that count as
Because that kind of sodomy. You're like...
And then he just looks me in the
Oh my god. You're like, I have to eat my wife out for her to come. So is that an issue, or You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what? I can't remember where I saw that, but I saw that somewhere on the internet where like the priest would end up getting so fucking involved in
You have to
like
be there.
in like the layman's fucking sexual fucking with their sex,
Yeah.
with the lay people's sex. Like, nigga, get the fuck up out my bedroom. I'm on some. Oh, you're only supposed to nut inside your wife, right?
Yeah.
According to Catholicism, you're supposed to nut inside your wife.
Yeah.
I remember Franco's fucking gay ass. That nigga's a gay. Clip this right now. Franco Aurelio, whatever the fuck his name is, he is a closeted homosexual. I'm telling you, look at the way he dresses, look at the way he talks, look at the way he speaks. He was saying some shit like, he was like, oh yeah, like pulling out is gay. Like, you're gay if you pull out. Like, nigga, when the fuck you ever been in a situation when you gotta pull out?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask. Gonna get Milo Yiannopoulos to say because he seems to have a good gaydar.
Oh yeah. Supposedly, according to him, like 80% of bishops are fucking gay.
So this post has generated a lot of attention, a lot of views. There have been thousands of comments. Many have been positive who say, yes, these are very important messages to share about chastity.
It was funny because on Instagram it was all positive because I sent it to you, and then on Twitter they're all just told her to shut up.
About periodic abstinence in marriage, NFP about contraception is not the answer, etc. But there have been a lot of negative comments too, and I wanted to address some of those. The negative comments seem to be in maybe 3 buckets. One bucket, from what I've seen, is just straight up, just very crass, offensive, angry remarks about women in general. Not
Wait, did she have a beef with? Did she call on Nick Fuentes before?
I think so. Yeah,
I forgot what it.
She did an interview with Ruslan. Ruslan. XD or KD.
No.
So he's like a Protestant guy. He used to be Armenian Orthodox. Remember we had a joke where I was like, oh, he left Orthodoxy to go fuck a. So they were doing like an interview together talking about, I think, Trent Horn, and she said that Nick Fuentes was like a big anti-Semite.
Shouldn't be podcasting or just very derogatory comments, things like that. Not going to even talk about that because that's just interneting. There are 2 other categories of critique.
Wait, can you stop real quick? I just hit my mind. How could Nick Fuentes be a fucking anti-Semite if he grew up where he grew up?
That place super.
Nigga, it's just whites and Italians, or Irish and Polacks. Even the other spot that he grew up in.
Yeah.
Probably bleep that out, but yeah. There's no fucking Jews over there. All the Jews are way the fuck up there. In Howard Street.
It's called going on 4chan when you're 14. I don't. It kind of happens to everyone.
I went on black.com when I was 14.
I mean that's the guy who run Black. Well, I don't know if this surprised you or not, but
Yeah, I know he was Jewish.
yeah. So maybe that's how it started for you.
Father Mike Schmitz being included in the clip, and then another one is about the idea that no men do not need sex. It's not a biological need the way that food, water, air is to breathe, whatever. It is not a need. And so I want to address both of these. First of all, on the topic of Father Mike Schmitz, there's been some comments saying this is sexualizing priests, and that this is sacrilegious, or this is evil or wrong,
I feel like she
and
gives
this is
the best
inappropriate,
head.
etc. And I think it's really important to note that, of course, Christy, my lovely guest, her intention was in no way to be disrespectful or objectifying of priests or anyone. And of course, that was not my intention either. And the conversation about Father Mike Schmitz was in the context of the larger conversation about celibacy and abstinence periodically.
Bruh. Ain't no way.
Within marriage because of natural family planning and using NFP. And so for the full context, and anybody interested could go look at the full conversation that we had, I am talking about celibate priests and how they are truly masculine and manly men. It's not that they're less of men because they choose celibacy. And then Christy says, can we talk about Father Mike Schmitz as a great example of...
It's because you're looking at it from your own worldview. Like I tried telling a friend that I wanted to be celibate for some time. He told me I was a fucking faggot. Nobody looks at celibate. I mean, I do respect celibacy myself, but most people don't understand or respect, or even, I don't think they could get on board with celibacy at all.
It did be like that.
Some amazing priest who's out there definitely attracting people to his message through his person, through his personality, through his persona. I don't think any of that is something that is embarrassing to say or wrong to say. Now, if it came across as anyway as improper or over the top, that is not the intention at all. Christy was referencing a friend of hers who was, I think, joking about how handsome Father Mike is. And I understand that that is a little bit in the gray area of, is that appropriate to do? I think it was demonstrating a larger point that we...
I like how we're like making, or like talking shit about them because they said like something that they should have about someone else. And like or not, or at least not really. Yeah, I guess me too. We're doing like the same thing.
What?
You're saying like, do you think you should just be like out loud, like on the internet, saying like you should that I want to fuck someone?
Mm-hmm.
But you're criticizing her for basically saying the same thing.
She's a woman.
We're making, which is that being celibate does not make you less of a man or less of a woman, and that you don't need to act out on sexual desires or have a sexual relationship to be fully alive and to be fully living out your masculinity or femininity. And the other point was that men don't need sex. And there's whole accounts saying you want to deprive men in marriage
I
of
took
sex.
celibacy and I just rebranded it as my own thing. Where it's like, I think niggas need to be celibate, whether you're involuntarily celibate or whatever, what have you. I think you should be celibate because when you decide as a young man that you need to get laid, I need to get laid, bro. I need to get pussy, bro. Your whole world revolves around that. Now, for some niggas, they go out there, they get a good job, they get in shape, they do the things that they should do, right, to get better, right, overall, and so they can get laid, right. But a lot of niggas just end up finding themselves not getting laid and getting more angry. You know what I mean? Because I've seen this thing in MGTOW or the Black Pill Spirit, where like niggas will be like, oh man, yeah, I got in shape and girls still don't want me. Well, it's like, yeah, well, I could get into that. That's a whole different thing. But it's like, well, now they're heartbroken and they got in shape and no one wants them, or they're rich and their girl cheated on them, or you know, or maybe they're in a relationship that they're being like drained. They're in a relationship that's draining them, and you know, they spend more time with a woman that they shouldn't be with, period, because they want to have sex. They can't go without celibacy. You should still be working out and getting paid and all this shit without looking for a woman's validation. Women's validation is great. It feels great. But you should be able to self-improve without a woman's validation, is what I'm trying to get at.
You're a feminist, like very, quite frankly, responding to something that is not what I said, inventing a position that I might have and then responding to that. That's called a straw man argument. When I say men don't
Oh my god, you did a straw man argument.
She could straw all over my
need
man.
sex, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be celebrating sex in marriage, be very pro-sex in marriage. If you look at my content, you'll see me often referencing the beauty of sex in marriage and the goodness of sex in marriage. But the reality is, in any marriage, there will be periods of time where you'll need to be apart sexually. There'll be postpartum periods for a mom who's just given birth. There'll be sickness, injury,
What?
or absence.
No,
Maybe someone's on there may be opportunities for practicing NFP because of a serious
You wanna hear
reason,
a
and that
fucked up
would
story?
mean you are abstinent during
When
at
my
least the fertile
mom, oh my god, this is so bad. You might have to cut this out completely. When my mom's friend gave birth, and she got pregnant like right after, because she gave birth 2 times in the same year.
window that the woman has. This is not something that we should shy away from talking about. This is not something that we should be embarrassed about. We should not say that this means sex is bad or shameful, or that we are against sex because we are talking about this or supporting it. And I think the underpinning truth here is that neither men nor women on any given day need to be sexually
Sorry,
active
that hit
or
me
have
way
sex.
later.
Imagine if we said that
Oh
to
my
a single
gosh.
person. Oh, you need to have sex to be happy or to live.
Yeah, please
that's not
cut that
true.
out.
We're condemning that single person to misery, and it's actually not true. God does not give you a moral path that's miserable that you can't follow. God gives us a moral path that's good for our flourishing. And sex belongs in marriage because sex is deeply unitive. It brings two people together, it bonds them for life, and it's incredibly procreative. It has the power for procreation, and that belongs within a marriage where there's a mother and a father who are married who can raise those children. And so to say that men don't need sex is a fact, as well as women don't need sex is a fact. And saying that does not mean that somehow this podcast or myself support men not and women not coming together in a marriage and having a beautiful, intimate life together. Of course they should
No,
do
I
that.
think the issue
Remember,
is that they don't like
chastity
the
is
way
not
you,
just for
the
people
way
who are
you said
unmarried
it.
or celibate.
Tell me, how do I word this? I don't think what she's saying is incorrect.
She's the wrong messenger.
She's the wrong messenger, yeah. And it's like it's not what
Everyone
you said, it's
gets
the way you said
everyone
it,
gets the little red pill and they think they can have a podcast.
basically.
But chastity is for married people. And what is chastity? Chastity is about loving the other person and seeing them as a gift, and you yourself are a gift to them, instead of I'm going to use you for my sexual pleasure. And so if you're entering marriage as a man or a woman to now I get to have sex whenever I want, however I want, wherever I want,
No woman
that is
ever
not Christian
thinks
marriage.
that.
Christian marriage is about dying to
No
ourselves.
woman
so we
thinks
can
that
love
when
the
she
other
gets married. She just thinks it all the time.
You know what's funny? I'm listening to this and I'm pretty sure Connor said the same thing.
Yeah, but when Connor says it, it's okay.
person, and that might include our passions or our immediate sexual drive or interests. And this doesn't mean we can have an amazing, full, beautiful sex life with our spouse, but it just means that our sex life should be ordered towards the good of
Imagine
our
a
spouse
sex life with
and not
Connor.
use our spouse.
You just get his
Your sex
fucking-
life is not about your momentary sexual pleasure in that time, right?
Smushed every fucking.
Right? Your sex life is about loving your spouse and being loved by your spouse. And having that approach,
When
I think,
Connor gets
changes
his wife
everything. And
pregnant,
it's different
their
from what the
belly's
world
the same
approach is, which is that sex is about my pleasure on my terms when I want it. So that's the distinction here that I think is so important, and honestly is so beautiful, because it truly makes sex even more amazing and more meaningful. And I said this in the conversation with Chrissy. I said, here's my hot take. Couples that practice NFP, where they're deeply respectful and understanding of what sex actually is, unitive and procreative, those couples, I believe, have the best sex life. This is anecdotal, but they have the most intimacy, the most rewarding experiences of pleasure
she's
and
like, I
joy
get my
together,
back
because
blown
it is
out every
ordered
night.
towards ultimately love of each other and love of God. There it is, guys. I don't know that there's much more I can say at this time about that beyond everything I've been saying for years on these topics. All right. Thanks, guys. That's all for now. Catch me outside.
Okay, so that was Lila Rose, one of the many people I wouldn't know exist if I didn't know Nick and Nick didn't tell me about these people. Because in general, I think most of these arguments or debates are stupid. I don't know where any of this is supposed to go, and I don't know where it's going. But in other news, what else happened this I don't know, I can't really tell what else has been happening in the world. I just think the most important thing going on is just, I don't know, making fun of JD Vance. I think that's pretty much the thing everyone should be kind of focusing on. If you're talking about like politics, I guess if you care about the stuff in Gaza, that counts. I don't feel like we should be forced to, support this war. I don't think it should be happening. If anything, I think I saw a clip recently where they were showing all of these Palestinians, the displaced Palestinians showing up in other, I think it was in Belgium, and but people said it before. The main thing that was gonna happen after this, after all these wars, is that we just keep on getting more like displaced people in other countries, and that's kind of the main thing we want to stop from happening. Other than that, I was reading what have I been reading? I read the Daredevil, A Cold Day in Hell. I have the first actually no, I have the whole series right here. Basically, from what I understand, this is supposed to be Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Returns, but for Daredevil. But it doesn't really hit. It kind of hits art wise, because we have Steve McNiven doing the art, and he's trying to kind of pull that like Frank Miller type art style.
I thought my fucking kidneys were gonna.
From what?
From drinking. I did the two Asashis earlier.
Asahi.
Asahi. I had the Monster before that, and then I had 2 beers. I'm gonna crack open another one, and then the LaCroix.
Wow. Anyway, that was another episode of The Black Truth. If you like
about,
this episode, you'll like and subscribe. Subscribe to the Gumroad, subscribe to the Bandcamp, subscribe to the SoundCloud, subscribe to the Patreon, subscribe to the Kindle, Amazon author page, Censor.tv, MD.com, Cozy.tv, Rumble, Daft Pit, whenever that comes back, archive.com.
Piff.
All those sites are gonna be available to
WorldStar.
watch The Black Truth. And Roku, we're gonna get a Roku channel.
Vimeo.
We're gonna get a 24/7 live streaming channel on where is it, Pluto TV, a free TV, MySpace. We're gonna be on we're gonna be, what was that one guy that had his own app? the guy who was Hawkeye. What's his name? Jeremy Renner. We're gonna be on the Jeremy Renner app. We're gonna be on the we're gonna be on the Ben Affleck. We're probably gonna be in the next Ben Affleck
We're gonna
movie.
be in
we're gonna be in
Disney Radio Disney.
We're gonna be part of the revival of Radio Disney and AM radio. We're gonna be on Infowars and on Wednesday, I think. We don't know which time on Wednesday, but we're gonna be around there. We always have this show every night at 9 p.m. Central Time. And if thank you for watching. Subscribe, same bat station, same bat time.
Are we seriously gonna ignore voice?
Remember to drink your Ovaltine. Remember to make sure that you respect the veterans. Make sure you respect your elders.
Crackheads, because some of them are elders.
Can you see my face through here?
Nah, not really.